They certainly look like the real thing, but not one of these videotapes, CDs, and cassettes, 25,000 in all, are legit. They're all knockoffs, and pretty poor copies at that. Consider how the videos were made.
An individual will walk into a movie theater and with a small video camera will film the actual movie, but when he laughs, the movie shakes. When a guy laughs behind him, you hear him laugh.
The people who bought the bogus tapes and CDs for a few bucks didn't laugh when they played them. The videos were shaky and fuzzy, the cassettes marginally audible, and some of the CDs would actually melt in the CD player. The police aren't laughing either. Bootleggers are bringing in big bucks. All of this stuff would have netted at least $125,000 on the street.
That one individual was selling this Machiavelli tape, and he made $35,000 in a matter of 8 hours. This isn't offered for sale in any store, but for some reason the bootleggers have it. They're making just as much as the dope dealers are making on the street, and the problem is not only are they making as much, but they're catering to them.
In fact, along with the tapes and CDs, the police hauled in 11 boxes of chemicals and materials used to make and carry drugs. These are 4 of the 5 men police have arrested and have now charged with felony theft. It took 2 months of undercover work to make this case. As impressive as it looks, police say it's just a fraction of the bootleg merchandise now being sold in Chicagoland.
In the late 1990s, long before streaming platforms and social media leaks, there existed a massive underground economy built around bootleg VHS tapes and CDs. This wasn't a side hustle. It was an entire parallel distribution system operating outside the music industry's control. VHS bootlegs were everywhere. Concert footage recorded off television broadcasts, behind-the-scenes studio clips, rare interviews, and music videos that never made it to regular rotation. The quality was usually terrible, static lines, muffled audio, but authenticity mattered more than clarity. If it wasn't on MTV or in record stores, this was the only way people could see it. As the decade went on, CDs took over. Burner towers became cheaper. Blank discs flooded the market. And suddenly, music could be copied in bulk. Flea markets, barbershops, bodegas, swap meets, these became unofficial record stores. You didn't browse shelves, you asked questions. What's new, what's rare, what hasn't been heard yet? That demand exploded after the death of 2Pac. Following his passing, the appetite for unreleased 2Pac music became insatiable. Fans believed there was still more out there, and they were right. 2Pac recorded at an extraordinary pace, sometimes finishing multiple songs in a single day. That volume created a flood of unfinished tracks, alternate versions, demo recordings, and reference vocals that leaked into the underground. Bootleg CDs began circulating with handwritten tracklists and vague titles, Machiavelli unreleased, Death Row Vault, original studio sessions. Some songs were legitimate leaks pulled directly from studio tapes. Others were remixes, edits, or stitched-together verses placed over different beats. Authenticity was often questionable, but the mystery itself became part of the appeal. Scarcity drove everything. If you had something nobody else did, you had leverage. Certain tapes and CDs were passed hand to hand, copied selectively, and sold at a premium. Knowledge was currency. Knowing which versions were real, or at least rumored to be real, gave you status. Record labels and law enforcement tried to shut it down, but the underground was decentralized. There was no single source to cut off. When one operation disappeared, another replaced it. The culture thrived on word of mouth and trust networks, not advertisements. Looking back, that bootleg era shaped modern music consumption. Leaks, unreleased compilations, and posthumous releases all trace their roots to this late 90s underground market. Before algorithms controlled discovery, the streets did, and for a brief moment in time, that underground decided what the world got to hear, especially when it came to legends like 2Pac.